One of the first models we learn about in economics is the production possibilities frontier. It illustrates the most fundamental of economic principles, trade-off, also referred to as opportunity cost. Basically, this economic model shows us that if we choose to produce or focus on one thing in a system, then there will be a trade-off or opportunity cost. Specifically, we will need to give up the possibility of producing one thing in order to actually produce something else. This is because in any economic system, our production possibilities are finite and resources for production are limited and scarce. So we need to make decisions about what to produce and accept the opportunity costs of those decisions. The most classic example of this is guns and butter. As you see on this production possibilities frontier, our opportunity cost is defined at each point along this curve. As an economic system, we can choose to spend a lot of our limited resources producing guns. However, the opportunity cost is that we will not be able to produce much butter. On the other hand, if we spend most of our resources producing butter, the opportunity cost is that we won't be able to produce many guns. It's a trade-off. As a system, we should always strive to shift the curve out, which means that we will be able to produce more guns and more butter at the same time. Now, there are a number of ways that we can shift the curve out. However, historically, what has been the most effective means of doing this is through a combination of innovative thinking and technology, which can drastically increase the efficiencies of production. In our guns and butter example, manufacturing innovations and technological developments over the past 100 years have consistently pushed this curve further and further out into the frontier, making production much more efficient by using technology, people, and limited resources in smarter ways in order to produce more of each product at every point along the curve. So let's see how this can apply to the education system. Now, the education system is an economic system similar to other industries where choices need to be made based on limited resources and the opportunity costs need to be accepted based upon those decisions. Now, I believe the most fundamental trade-off that we are faced with in the modern education system is the struggle between class size and the quality of education. The reason is because we all want the highest quality education for kids. But class size is tied directly to the financial survival of the education system. Quite frankly, as people start talking about cutting education budgets, many times they will suggest increases in class sizes. The number of students we can physically put in a room can make or break the financial structure of a school, district, or state's education budget. When class size increases are mentioned, people become upset, suggesting that larger class sizes result in a lower quality education for kids. And based upon the research, this is generally true. However, much of this research looks at the quality of education across different class sizes when teachers are using traditional instructional methods. So we see this on the production possibilities frontier. The curve illustrates this research. Given our limited and scarce resources, we can choose to have lots of students in each classroom. And the opportunity cost is a lower quality of education. And with a lower quality of education, there is a huge economic cost in the long run as these students eventually enter the workforce and they do not have the appropriate skills to succeed. This is not a great choice. Or we can have a very high quality of education with a small number of students in each classroom, which has an extremely high short-run cost because we need more teachers in classrooms in order to make this work. Now, of course, we would choose the small class sizes and high-quality education. However, when faced with a financial crisis, some say that we should accept the opportunity cost of low-quality education and put more students in each classroom, also accepting any possible long-run costs. Well, that does not sound like a great choice. And it's a good thing it's not our only choice. As Americans, we have historically been excellent at combining innovative thought and technology to drastically increase the efficiencies of production. And that is our answer here. We need to provide teachers with the tools and training to be more efficient and effective so that we can shift this curve out into the frontier in order to avoid devastating opportunity costs, so that our newly trained teachers using highly efficient instructional methods can provide a better education to more students in larger classes. However, according to the research, this cannot be done using the traditional teaching methods. Therefore, we designed a completely new way of teaching, enhanced by very simple technologies, and we have also developed a free online training program so that every teacher can help us shift the curve. To learn more, visit newamericanteacher.org.